Well, at closing moments now on Sunrise Daily, we're now being joined by Eddie Osarenkho. He's a financial consultant looking at a subsidy removal debate, which is back again. Are you surprised that we're back with this debate?
Because the thing is taken like a political thing, rather than looking at it on economic. If it's seen on economic conditions, like we don't have to be going forward and backward.
Because a few years ago you were with us on this matter.
Yes,
so how come we're back to it again?
No, and right there I told you my stand on the matter. Because, you see, this thing will never go away until we face it head on. That's it. Because some people will come in and try to make it look as if in my time, you don't need to hold subsidy, and they start calculating price of petrol. Some will say 30 naira per barrel and all those stuff. I don't think that is fair to Nigeria. The point we are is that the whole world actually lives on this petroleum. So the way you price it, you don't see this anywhere in the world. First, we don't have the infrastructure to refine petroleum. I'm one of those who have been advocate of removal for a long time. The refineries are not doing good. You can't encourage private investors to come in here to set up refineries. We were among those who came in those days on small refinery, modular refineries. I remember I came in here with some expatriates from the US who were trying to set up modular refineries when you were on the other side. What drove those guys away was because subsidy. Because the banks were not prepared to give a guarantee to the left to enable you get US EXIM to finance the project here. The bank felt giving a guarantee on the subsidized thing will not be very commercial, because that's on a commercial basis. So in a thing like that, I thought it should be nice to us for us to look at it on economic basis rather than political. You get what I'm saying? Because it will remain there forever.
Well, we like it or not, economy always also affects politics. I mean,
yes,
they're twin sisters, as it were.
Yes.
So let's look at it from this this basis now. The federal government is shying away from that topic from all indications. Yes. But they've said they're going to revert back to the old price of 97 naira or so, and still see if there will be a need to, take out the subsidy. They're not quite comfortable on taking out subsidy yet. Do you think that at 97 naira we've not quite reduced a great amount of the monies we're paying on subsidies?
I'm a consultant. We like today we've done something on refineries in those days. Though the price of oil has dropped now. But like I said, the price of oil is an international thing. It's in dollars, and you try to navigate your way around it. We have a problem that oil prices are dropping, and then we also, the commodity is not a national thing, it's priced internationally. So you cannot just put a peg on a thing of that nature. So I thought, if we want to really face it, you go, the subsidy thing is calculated based on what we think would be. It's like a standard costing. When people are trying to set up a project, you cost your project and say this is what it's supposed to be. But most time it doesn't always fall that way. So, but if you just take out that subsidy, you will see investors will come in here, they will go to that sector, more of these refineries will be in place, and a lot of small refineries will be all over the place. You don't have to break this pipe, we're looking at all over, you don't need that. If you have modular refineries in different states, it serves the immediate locality. And that helps to reduce cost of transportation, it helps to actually bring the price down. It makes it easy for people to manage.
But we like it or no, sorry, Nyota, we're still going to be dealing with transportation because the crude is found somewhere. Even if you want to set up a refinery up north, the crude must be transported up north for you to be able to, for the refineries to function. Yes. And so there will still be a cost of transportation there. So the cost of petrol will not be all refined petroleum products might not be the same price across the country.
Thank you. That's if you deregulate it. It may not be. It's not supposed to be the same price, because if you take crude from the south and you refine it, put the refinery very close to the Christmas tree, what they call Christmas trees, where the crude will come up from, and that reduces the cost of piping and everything. And so by the time you come out with the cost of your refined product, it will be a bit cheaper than if you have to take crude far north to go and refine. And two, you have the crude can be taken by barges to near where it will be refined. We've done a lot of work on this project. So, like I want to say that the cost actually very depends on where you, and you don't have to peg it. That's what I'm saying. My argument with pegging is the same subsidy matter. If you subsidize, that's where you think, okay, let me bear this part of this. And very soon in 97 will be, because people now, I was surprised when I went to Benin recently. They've adjusted their pump price. We never heard that before. People usually sell by calculator and those days. But they're bold now to adjust their pump price to whatever price they fix. And that's what's happening.
Mr. Osarenkho,
yes, sir.
There are those who argue that removal of subsidy would be detrimental to the livelihood of the Nigerian masses, and that there are models that can be borrowed across the other countries that are running subsidies, and these models can be borrowed and applied here. Do you agree with that?
I don't agree. When you talk about borrowing modules to apply here, there may be some other adjustment they've done somewhere. But what I'm saying, if you say removal of subsidy can be harmful to Nigeria, I want to look at the telephone as an example. You remember when this telephone came in? It was difficult to buy a handset, but then you could buy for 60 and the SIM card with about 40,000 naira. But now, SIM card is free because there's competition. That's the power of competition. What I'm saying here is basic economics.
But what's the difference? Because those who argue about this will tell you petrol and telephony and indeed power are not the same thing. You cannot compare them to say you want to deregulate because you will succeed in deregulating the telecom sector. No, it can work in the same way. Is it a question of principle or a question of practicality?
I think I like to see it as practicality. Let's face it squarely. What I mean is that, okay, if you look at the telephone, everybody is now have access to phone now. I don't know why you cannot compare the two things, because even the barber, everybody, even 2 or 3 lines they all have, and they can control what they use. You discipline yourself on how you're going to use your program. And the various agencies came out with so many things, how to control your cost. What the same thing goes for this. It's basic. By the time you now have the price, you will control your movement, where you want to go. You also check yourself how you want to run petroleum. What I'm saying is that we cannot sustain this kind of subsidy arrangement. Especially now that we have a lot of the oil price is not even helping us.